It is the 6th day of July, the year being 2023. 1 minute to the top of the hour, time to bring you up to speed on what has been taking shape within the borders and beyond. My name is Moige William. Welcome to the broadcast. This is TV47 Newsfeed. Now, top of our story this particular afternoon, Attorney General Justin Muturi today hosted the ambassador of the Kingdom of Netherlands to Kenya, His Excellency Martin Brewer, in Nairobi for the establishment and signing of a memorandum of understanding to boost trade ties between the two countries. Speaking after the signing of the deal, the AG emphasized the need for public transparency and public participation in the agreement-making process, which will ensure well-organized and effective discussions that leads to mutual benefits between the two countries. The two leaders discussed the formation of an MOU between the two countries, with Kenya as the hub of Africa and the Kingdom of Netherlands as the hub of Europe.
And that is notwithstanding that the ministry, the originating ministry, may have also sought views of the public and other stakeholders, but because there is this requirement, we must do it. It must be done.
So they have it twice, basically.
Yeah. Then the committee will now do a report, which it will table. The chair of the committee will table a report of the committee, because the committee has to discuss the views of the public and make a report to the plenary. That report helps to inform debate in what is called second reading of a bill.
We consider basically in very much as a stable country and a hub. That's always what we say to the government counterparts, and also that's a little bit the basis of that MOU also. Kenya is a hub into the Eastern African community. The Netherlands is the hub into Europe. So it's a hub connection. So the implications of the strong relations between those two hubs goes far beyond the individual countries. And that is why it is so important. And also that is why we attach a lot of value on having that MOU in expressing that.
All right, moving on. The Senate Committee on Devolution is currently meeting with the leadership of MCAs, county speakers, and the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, alongside the Kenya Revenue Authority, over the recent raging salary row. Speaking at the conference, the leaders defended their calls for salary and allowance increase, citing the increased workload and expectation of the public on one hand, and the rise in the cost of living on the other hand. A situation, they say, has crippled their service delivery and oversight roles.
I think there must be something wrong, because the people we represent are the same. The people who represented by the counties are the same people. Our responsibilities as members of parliament or senate is for the same people. So how, is it that members of parliament now started performing better than the counties? They are now working better in oversight. They are now working better in legislation. They are now working better than the members of the county assemblies to retain the county assemblies at D4, another evaluation, D4, another evaluation, D4. Huh? Yeah, I think there must be some attitude. You people must be having some attitude towards members of the county assembly.
Okay, thank you.
Because even in exams, if you repeat a class, you cannot repeat a class and still continue getting D. Sitting allowance is paid to members of parliament when they sit, and members of the county assemblies. So abolishing it, because it is part of the salary, I think, I don't know where you invented it from, but the whole world pays sitting allowance.
You are inciting us against the public. People are imagining that we have requested for salary. Chair, in conclusion, can the SRC go on record that the proposed increment of salaries to state officers was their own making? It was never requested by Senator of Wajir, Senator Chute, Senator Mbugua, Senator Oburu Odinga, our senior.
Now, let us switch gears to matters of security, where the government is set to gazette the Turkana South Game Reserve as a security operation zone in a bid to smoke out bandits who attack passengers traveling the Kitale-Lodwar Road. According to Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki, security officers should pursue and deal with the terrorists and armed criminals who attacked and killed police officers in Mandera County. As a way to ease government services in Turkana County, Kindiki has installed Isaac Oko Ayumba as the first Deputy County Commissioner and operationalized the Lokichogio Sub-County.
Wale wakora ambao wanaangamiza watu pale wanajificha katika Turkana South Game Reserve, ndio wafanya ile uhalifu ambao wanafanyia wananchi katikati ya Kainuk na Kakongo. Kwa hivyo hiyo sehemu ya KWS tunaenda kuiweka katika gazeti rasmi ya serikali, na mtu yoyote ambaye ako ndani pale tutampatia siku kidogo atoke ajisalimishe, aseme yeye ni nani, na baada ya hiyo masaa kuisha, serikali ya Kenya tunaingia pale ndani na tutafurusha everybody who is inside that Turkana South Game Reserve. Kila mtu atatoka pale.
Still keeping tabs on matters security, following the high cases of insecurity in the North Rift area, governors from 8 counties led by West Pokot Governor Simon Kachapin are holding a security conference in Kitale in an effort to promote peace in those counties for the purpose of attracting business investors. Kachapin affirms his own county's commitment to peacekeeping, calling on his constituents to embrace the peace effort.
Tuko na mkutano kama shirika la ama kundi ya NOREP, North Rift Economic Bloc, na tunakutana pale Kitale Club, na lengo kubwa ni sana kuona vile tunaweza boresha utulivu na amani katika sehemu hii ya North Rift, na ile kongamano ambayo itakuwa leo na kesho inahusisha counties yote 8 ya NOREP. Tuzungumzie njia mzuri.
Now elsewhere, back to the capital of Nairobi, police in Kayole are investigating a case of a 51-year-old man, George Turanira, who was murdered in cold blood by a known assailant at his residence in Kayole, Nyando, near Gorofa Saba area. His neighbors raised an alarm upon noticing blood droplets all the way from the gate up to his house on the second floor of a 5-story building, where they found the door opened and the body laying lifeless in the bedroom. The body was found with a cut in the neck and several stab wounds in his chest and stomach. Those who worked with him say he was a very friendly man and rarely spoke about his personal life or his family, as they weren't close. His neighbors said that for the time they had lived with him, he was mostly visited by other men whom they suspect were his friends. George worked as a butcher in the area, where customers said he served them on Tuesday evening before closing up to head home.
Though sijijua ni nini ilifanyika, tulimpata tu asubuhi kama ameuawa. Siku nyingine nikamuona. But nasikia kulikuwa na damu kwa ndani kwa nyumba yake. Jirani yangu namjua kama mtu mzuri, ananga gomvi na watu. Familia yake sijaijua. Naonanga tu akikaa peke yake. Marafiki zake na mwananga tu na mavijana tu.
Tumekuwa tukifanya kazi na yeye since March this year. After nimepata information, I was in Machakos, nilitravel immediately, nikakuja nikaenda mortuary, nikaconfirm yes, he is dead and he was very injured. After confirmation, we went to go and take the OMB number from the police so that we can continue with the investigation about his death.
Mwenzetu anaitwa George. Tumekuwa naye hapa muda mrefu sana, miaka zaidi ya 15. Vile hawa wauaji hawajajulikana mpaka saa hii. Na ile tunahitaji ni msaada ya kwamba hawa culprits wapatikane on the board so that rafiki yetu afanywe justice yenye nafaa kabisa, kwa sababu kama saa hii hatujajua hata hakuna mwenye ameshikwa victim yoyote kwa hiyo shughuli. Lakini mwenzetu alifunga kazi vizuri na kaingia kwa nyumba. Sisi tukafikiria tutapatana naye asubuhi. Kuja kunapatana na mauaji ambayo si mauaji ile ya kinyama kabisa. nyumba ikiwa imetapakaa damu, mpaka hata kwa gate yenyewe ilikuwa iko na damu, which means muuaji aliua, damu ikamfuata mpaka kwa uaji. Sasa kujulikana kwake ameuliwa ni wapangaji. Wapangaji walifuata hiyo damu kwenda kuangalia, kufikia kwa nyumba yake, ndio ikajulikana kuna mtu ameuliwa hapo.
Quite unfortunate. Elsewhere, with the country taking steps to tackle the environmental challenges associated with the climate change, public schools in Kaloleni, Kilifi County have taken the duty of planting trees within their compounds and in the community, with a total of 33,000 trees planted so far in a span of 1 year. Led by Kwale Assistant County Commissioner Dennis Barasa, the activity will also include members of the community in order to expand the impact. Daniel Kehoro with more details.
The Principal Secretary at the State Department of Forestry, Ephanthas Kimotho, recently stated the government's ambition plan of planting more than 33,000 billion trees by the year 2032. The implementation of the plan appears to be well underway if the action of the public school in Kilifi County are anything to go by. This is after the public school in that area to participate in tree planting, where 33,000 trees have already been planted in less than 1 year. The activity, which was led by Assistant County Commissioner Dennis Barasa, appears to have been well received by teachers, students and parents who came out in large numbers to plant trees.
Nimepanda miti mmoja na nyumbani nienda kupanda mti mmoja. Miti ni mizuri na tupa hewa safi.
Leo nimepanda miti kama 5 na tena nitaendelea kupanda miti.
Leo niko hapa kwa zoezi la kupanda miti. Miti tunaiona muhimu kwa sababu ya miti inatuletea mvua. Miti pia hata kwa hewa safi.
Kaloleni TSC employer Nanzi Masharia on her part urged the parents to plant trees not only in schools but also in their homes.
Kwa hivyo mimi ni kusisitiza tu kwamba sote tuchukue wajibu huu, tupande na tutunze miti ili tuondoe hiyo hewa chafu imetutatiza, tuondoe hewa chafu ambayo inazuia mvua na turudie maisha yetu yale ya zamani ya kwamba tulikuwa tunajua ni wakati gani wa kupanda na ni wakati gani wa kuvuna.
From 2001 to 2022, Kaloleni lost more than 907 hectares of tree cover, equivalent to a 28 degrees in tree cover since 2000. Daniel Kihoro reporting for TV47, Nairobi.
Thank you, Kehoro, for that particular report. Elsewhere, stakeholders in the education sector have been urged to support upcoming talents among children living with disabilities to help them grow in their special abilities that can also earn them a living in future. Zainab Shamimo, a grade 6 disabled pupil from St. Anselm Morori Mixed Day and Boarding Primary School in Tharaka Nithi County, has proved that disability is not inability by successfully participating in athletics and other sporting activities. Before joining the school, Shamimo was rejected by several schools who argued that she would require extra attention for her mobility in class. Doris Mutai, the school principal, now says that Shamimo has excelled in both class and sporting activities despite operating on a prosthetic foot donated by fellow pupils and with deformed hands.
This is such a child, let them appreciate her. She is not liking to be how she is because she does well, and we have in class she is doing very well, and everything she does herself because we train her on how to do many things. We love her. Even pupils supported her in getting some of the materials.
The issue of sports and disability, we actually want to applaud and to really appreciate the government and also the world generally for recognizing these children with who have special ability or who are they are enabled differently. We are calling them they are enabled differently. Wako na ulemavu hapa na pale. Tunasema hao watoto waachiliwe wafanye sports, manake hizi sports zinawasaidia hata katika maisha yao.
Ningetaka wazazi, unajua vile shule nimesikia nikipita nimesikia wazazi wakiongea vile shule imeanza kuinuka vizuri kimasomo, na tujue tukipeana mifano, kuna kijana anaitwa Orunga ambaye anachezea kule Arabs countries. Yule kijana ni engineer, lakini uinjinia wake hajaufanyia kazi. Yeye analipwa kwa sababu ya kucheza mpira. Kwa hivyo tungetaka wazazi washikane na mwalimu na wainue hii shule.
Inspiring, right? Good work, Shamim. Now to a tragic story. Several families have been left homeless in Majengo area in Embu town after fire gutted their houses on Wednesday afternoon. No one was injured during the 2 p.m. incident that saw the properties of 8 families go up in flames. The fire is suspected to have been caused by a gas explosion. The few tenants who had managed to salvage a few of their property during the inferno, however, lost it all to thugs who took the advantage of the confused situation to cut away their belongings. Kirimari Ward MCA Ibrahim Swale heaped the blame on the county government for its unpreparedness in disaster response, saying the fire could have been contained with quick response.
Familia takriban familia 8 zimeweza kupoteza mali yao. Hakuna kitu wameweza kuokoa.
Mimi ni mwadhiriwa na sikuwa karibu. Nilikuwa kazi huko Triumph. Ndo nimeitwa, lakini singefanya chochote kile.
Vitu zilitolewa, wenye zinatolewa, kumbe wengine wananiambia wananisaidia kuchukua.
Nyumba inachomeka. Mimi kukuja nikashindwa sasa ni aje. Juu hata nyumba za kwanza za kwetu hazikuwa zimefikiwa, lakini zimamoto ni vile haiko imefika.
Nimeona kimeokolewa, lakini kimeharibika. Most of my things zimechomeka tu.
Tunataka governor akija afute ama ofisa watatu. Tunataka kusikia governor amepeleka waziri nyumbani. Tunataka governor afute CEO wa administration, na tunataka pia afute director wa disaster management, ili tuweze kuwa responsible government.
All right. Matatu Owners Association has partnered with Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, to deal with corruption cases in the Matatu sector. According to the Matatu Owners Association CEO Ruth Mutheu, a Matatu loses an estimate of 1,000 to 3,000 a day to corruption while applying its routes. The Matatu Owners Association raising concern over these loss margins. The partnership between the Matatu ownership and EACC is expected to formulate rules and regulations that will govern the operations of the Matatu workers in order to curb bribing and corruption along the road. The regulations will also help to limit police harassment and intimidation.
I'd like to thank the EACC for accepting to collaborate with the Matatu Owners Association. One, in congratulating our new chair, Mr. Albert Karagacha, and also promising us that they will work tirelessly until we restore sanity and we bring back money into the pockets of our investors. So today, I'm excited. Average Matatu loses around 1,000 to 3,000 a day. So you can do your mathematics. Multiply that with the number of Matatus you have a country. Annually, we lose close to 1 trillion.
Away from that, students have been urged to embrace sporting activities to improve their lives, both present and future. Narok County Head Association Chairman David Kirui said that while as not all students are good in classes, they should be given a chance to explore their talents in sports and pursue their dreams by taking part in sports effectively. His sentiments comes at a time when Narok Boys High School will host Narok County Secondary School's Term 2B games, hence calling on all participants to maintain discipline throughout the competition.
We are hosting tomorrow at Narok High School at Masai Girls for the Term 2 games. I want to congratulate all the teams that did very well at their sub-counties, and they are able to be competing at the county level tomorrow. Exposure to our students in sports, music, and other co-curricular activities will go a long way in enhancing their performance and nurturing their talents as they grow up. Sports today is a very It's a lucrative business, so to say. We have had very many students, even from this county, who have done very well. They have moved out of Kenya as they pursue their dreams. I believe that despite the shortage of funding, we believe we can always use the little resources we have to enable them play back in our schools.